Hello, it's another edition of Victor Isibo Reviews. If it's your first time, consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my subsequent videos. Ask our old-time subscribers. We bring out great content back to back to back to back every time here on this channel. And if you're an old-timer, thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting this channel. And I appreciate you. For without you, there'll be no me. Thank you very much, guys. We all have that one ugly dude who doesn't have money, who is not connected, and all the girls seem to run after him. It's surprising, and you keep wondering, what does he even tell them? Okay, and we've been in situations where we do the unthinkable. People talk us into doing the unthinkable. After doing it, when we reflect back, we're wondering, why did I do this thing? How the hell was I convinced or cajoled into doing this thing? I must have been charmed. This is pure voodoo. Yeah, it's voodoo. It's a lie. Some people whom we call sugar-coated, mouthed people are only skilled. And that skill, you are going to acquire it after watching this video. Okay? Because in this video, I'm going to be touching on 7 things that can make you acquire these amazing skill. 7 things that can make you acquire this amazing negotiation skill. What is negotiation? Negotiation is when you discuss with somebody with a view to reaching an agreement. In this world, we negotiate every time. We are always negotiating. You exist right now listening to me and watching me as a result of negotiation. Your dad had to meet your mom, they negotiated, and the marriage was contracted. That's how come you're alive today. Negotiation gave birth to you. I believe that you have negotiated today. Be it walking into a mall to buy a commodity, or discussing with your kids, trying to reach an agreement about where the next holiday spot is going to be, maybe discussing with your wife about the number of kids you're going to have. It's all negotiation, and some people have managed to master negotiation skills. So we're going to be discussing 7 tips to help you master negotiation skills. Now, tip number 1 is have information. Before you start negotiating, first of all, you need information so that you know whether your negotiation is going to be fruitful or a total waste of time. You don't want to go and negotiate for a loan from somebody who has not eaten for the past 3 days. Somebody who just got sent out of his house because he couldn't pay the rent. Somebody whose kids were sent out of school because they couldn't pay fees. You're going to that person to ask for a loan. Your negotiation has become dead on arrival because the person does not even have what you're going to negotiate for. You can't give what you don't have. Come on, it's like you being on life support. You need a donor for your kidney and you're going to negotiate with somebody who has only 1 kidney. He has given 1 to his relative. Are you asking him to kill himself? You see, information is very important. You're looking for a wife and you're going to propose to a woman who is not only happily married, she has 5 children and she's pregnant with a set of triplets. Information is very important. It's a no-brainer. You have to have information before you even start negotiating. Number 2, stress out the salesperson. Now, growing up, I used to dread going to the market with my mom because my mom could spend the whole of the day at your shop and end up not buying anything. And spending the whole of the day at your shop, you as the salesperson, you're running helter-skelter. For instance, you're selling handbags. She would come. How much is this bag? You tell her. How much is that bag? You bring out all the bags you have in this shop. You run around, bring out all the bags. She's scrutinizing each one. Why is this one dirty? Are you sure this one is brand new? Are you sure this is that? This is this? While we are there, Others would walk in, other customers would walk in, make their purchase and go. We are still there. She would ask for a chair, a very big chair, ask you to switch on your generator, switch on your air conditioning, switch on your fan. She can even ask you to buy her drinks. You buy drinks while we are looking at your commodity. At the end of the day, maybe after like 6 hours, she now asks you how much for this bag. She finally saw one that she liked. And you're like, oh, that bag is just $100. Then she will get up and say, Victor, let's go. The woman will be like, the salesperson will be like, what's up, ma? I do not have more than $10 for this bag. From 100 to 10. As at that particular point in time, I am embarrassed and I am beginning to feel somehow awkward. And to the surprise and shock of everybody around, the salesperson will tell her, madam, just make it $40. And she would be able to purchase that bag of $100 for $40. Why? Because after all the bickering back and forth, hustling and bustling of the salesperson doesn't want you to go away without making a purchase. Because all the hassles he or she has been through would go to waste. So the salesperson would be ready to negotiate so that you can make that purchase. But you have to be careful because the salesperson can also use a negotiation skill against you when you're trying to buy something. Imagine me going with my spouse to go and buy, say, a refrigerator. And the salesperson is trying to sell the refrigerator to me at an over-bloated price. And I'm standing my ground saying, no, this refrigerator is not worth more than $200. And that's what I'm paying for this refrigerator. I'm driving a very hard bargain with the salesperson. And you know sometimes women could be quite gullible. Okay? And the salesperson might just spot that my wife is the easier target in the negotiation. He'll just turn his attention to my wife and like, madam, I can see in your eyes that you love this refrigerator. And my wife would be like, okay, yeah, it's quite beautiful. It's beautiful. This refrigerator is very powerful. It will freeze all your food. Even if you don't have electricity for the next 3 months, it's got you covered. Your husband drinks alcohol, should be like, yes, he would open the refrigerator. Madam, you put his alcohol here, you put your groceries here. My wife would be like, wow, awesome, wow, awesome, wow, awesome. He has caught her. Now it will become 2 against 1 because my wife has joined him and both of them are negotiating to make sure I buy that refrigerator at that over-bloated price. Now they have the advantage and I might just fall for the trap and buy the refrigerator at an over-bloated price. So when you're negotiating with the salesperson and you are using your skill of overstressing the salesperson, be careful so that the salesperson does not turn around to use this skill I just highlighted against you in the negotiation. Number 3, do not let the salesperson know that you absolutely love the product. Some people walk into a mall and they see a commodity and they're like, wow, this is lovely. You're saying it's lovely, it's awesome, it's lovely. The salesperson is taking notes. If that commodity was worth $100, you might end up buying it for $150. Why? Because you absolutely love the product. And love, they say, is blind. You're already blinded by the beauty of the commodity, so it weakens you in the negotiation. Just walk into the mall, pick up the commodity. Why is this one like this? Are you sure it's original? I don't even like it. I don't like it. It's a very useless commodity. Then the salesperson will start advertising, like trying to convince you. Deep inside you like it, but you just want to devalue it so that you can negotiate. So when they now start convincing you, you're not like, okay, let me just purchase it. That will enable you to get the best price for that commodity. Tip number 4, emotional blackmail. Like, let's assume this is an interview. You people are interviewing me. And one of you asks me, why should we employ you? And I'm like, well, I think you should employ me because as an orphan who saw himself through school, and even while seeing himself through school, had a fatal accident one day, and someone who had to hustle working at construction site as a laborer, while going to school, also seeing his younger ones through school. I think that after managing to graduate, I should be able to get a job, so that the whole hustle and bustle would make some sense. Some of you would have been touched by that story. Or if I were a woman and you guys are interviewing me, I come and I say, oh, as a widow who has 6 children to feed, I think I deserve this job. That, puts you people in a precarious situation. Like, if we don't employ this woman, we'll be considered wicked. We'll be wicked. Okay. So at that time, at that point in time, you people are not considering my appearance or how intelligent I am. You are being moved by bias in favor of me as a result of my story or as a result of my circumstances. So that is emotional blackmail that I just used. And you may just give me the job and send that guy who has a first-class degree away. Okay, so that's it. Now, tip number 5, be good looking. Be good looking, have a charming smile, be amiable, and that helps with negotiation. I walked into a bank one day, I wanted to do something, and I did not have the requisite ID for the customer care agent to help me sort out the problem. All I had was my driver's license, and he was insisting on another type of ID. So he refused to help me, and I just stepped aside. And in a matter of minutes, a gorgeous, charming, tall, beautiful young lady just walked into the banking hall. And I saw the expression on the face of this customer service agent that asked me to step aside because I didn't have an ID. The man was like, was looking at this girl like he had never seen a woman before. And as fate would have it, the lady in question, the charming lady, was going his way. So she went to him, she sat down, she wanted to do the exact thing I wanted to do. And she had 0 IDs. She didn't have any ID. So I took interest and I was watching. The man was looking. Lower your voice. Lower your voice. I will do it for you. I will do it. After doing it for you, you give me your number. You give me. As soon as he was taking the lady's details, I went there. I used the tip we just mentioned, emotional blackmail, was what I now use. Sir, but this was the same thing I came here to do, and you refused to do it for me, that I did not have the requisite ID. Despite that, I had my driver's license. Now, this young lady doesn't have any of the IDs, and you still want to do it for her. So it now worked for me because it was like, lower your voice, don't worry, after her, I'll do it for you. Okay, so she was using tip number 5, and I used tip number 4 to get what I wanted from him. Okay, so now let's jump right into tip number 6. One price shops. There are some shops, supermarkets, malls, where you see products and you see a price label on them. Okay, that price label is like a negotiation skill by the owner of the mall. The owner of the mall is trying to sell you this, trying to tell you this commodity is non-negotiable. You don't go into a mall where they have price tags and you are calling one of the salesperson, hello, how much is this? They'll say, are you blind? Look at it, the price is there. They're trying to give you the impression that these things are not negotiable. But the truth of the matter is that it was not God that put the price tag there. So it is negotiable. So you should know that it is negotiable if you are on the other side of the bargain. If you are the salesperson, it's a good negotiation skill because nobody is going to come to you to argue about the price. But if you are the customer, you can negotiate the price. If you meet the person who is in the right position to make a concession, the price can be reduced. Because even despite that the label is there, they are still going to make a lot of profit. They are not selling at cost price. So the price can be reviewed downwards if you meet somebody who is in a position to make a concession. The last and most powerful tip, tip number 7, deadlines. Now, you take a flight into my city to negotiate a business deal with me, and I know that you're on a 3-day visit. Now, I want to have the edge in the negotiation. You also want to have the edge because negotiation is like a competition. Day 1, I'm not discussing the business with you. I'm taking you from clubhouse to clubhouse. We're having fun. We're drinking. There's women. There's music. We're having fun. The next day, you tell me your day 2. You tell me, let's get this deal done. Oh, no, calm down, calm down. I have other places to show you. Don't you love sightseeing? I take you other places. You meet new people. You get drunk. You get high. I take you back to your hotel. You sleep. Then on the 3rd day, I know you have a 10 o'clock flight to catch in the morning. Then by 7, I'm at your hotel room. Sir, we haven't even done this deal. Let us do the deal. Please, let's sit down and do the deal. You know you have a flight by 10. Then while we are negotiating the deal, you're always checking your time. Your mind is not there. Before you know, you can even sign your death warrant just because you want to go and catch a flight. So that's a negotiation skill that can give you the advantage against the person you're negotiating with, because you know they have a deadline. And if you are the one on the other end who has a deadline, just call off the deal. Negotiate a deal when you are in a right frame of mind so that you do not make mistakes. So these are 7 powerful ways that you can improve your negotiation skill. And if you practice these things day by day, you begin to master them. Then people will now start wondering, how does he do it? How does he make people do whatever he asks them to do? These are some of the ways. If you enjoyed this video, share it on your social media. Let me see your reactions in the comment section below. Give this video a like. Till I see you next time, it's bye for now.